We're back again with another brand new episode of the Untitled Podcast. And of course, as always, I'm Eduardo. I got with my boy here, Santa Claus. That's what I'm gonna call him today, aka Santa, Mixed Santa, Rhino Santa, whatever way you want to put it. We're here in the virtual studio again. As you can tell, due to inflation prices, I couldn't afford going anywhere today. So I'm just stuck here home in the chamber. I'm using a candle back there to light up my room, as you can tell. So if it gets blurry, that's probably why. So yeah, but it's all good. We'll make it work.
Man.
How are you doing today, brother?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. Doing good. I'm about to get the party started with some non-alcoholic beer.
I can see that.
You know, I'm in Sweden right now.
Oh, dude, I was saying you switched up your fucking house. It's like you switched socks, man. Holy shit.
You know, it's I was listening to a song the other day by the Clips called Mr. Me Too.
That song, I'm not gonna lie, that song caught up to me a little bit. I kind of thought it was whack at first, but when I started listening to it, I like it.
I hated it when it first came out because I was so used to the Lord Willin album that I was just like, that's the Clips that I wanted, right? But then when years later, when I heard that Mr. Me Too, I'm like, man, that makes a lot of sense, and that is a lot of motherfuckers. Oh yeah, me too. Me too.
Yeah, right. Me too.
I'm in crypto. Me too.
Right. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was the Mr. Me Too movement.
Oh, dude, I know, man. So you're living it up at your new what is it, penthouse suite over there? Or no, it's not a penthouse suite. It's more like a log cabin. Fucking 5-car garage, you name it, right?
This is what McDonald's looks like in Sweden. So I'm actually just at McDonald's.
You're using their Wi-Fi.
Yeah, just getting hacked on the regular. I love those Swedes.
Fuck, I love it. Shout out to Sweden. They're probably listening over there.
I gotta, dude. I've been watching your story on Instagram, and saw that you had hit the new Spider-Man.
Yes. It's crazy. It's crazy when these movies come out because it's such there's so much hype around it, but it killed the box office. I think I was reading the other day, it was like 263 mil since release date, which meaning Thursday's premiere, then Friday, then Saturday and Sunday. So, I mean, they made their money and some. Yeah. So I think it's the second or third largest box opening for a movie ever. Yeah,
that's what they said. The third,
right?
Holy smokes. That's it, dude. In a pandemic, even.
I know, dude. I know, especially in a pandemic. It's crazy. It's wild. I think it's pretty I didn't think it was going to be this much of a big like I said, a big movie, but I mean, dude, it shows the power of Spider-Man's always, it's been a hero, like been a character, for so long. So it's people are going to watch it and people are going to definitely be stoked to see it. And yeah, cool. I mean, it delivered. So it was cool, man.
Would you watch it again? Did you like it?
It was cool. Would I watch it again? I think 2 is enough. Actually, personally, even if it's a really good movie, I don't think even watching it 2 times is really necessary for me personally. But it was one of those things where things kind of were planned out to go that way just for me to watch it again for the second time. So I just said, screw it. Why not watch it 2 times? But if you're really, it's good enough where you're like, damn, I wouldn't mind watching it again if the opportunity arose, like watching like on TV or something like that. But like going to the theaters, it's up to you. Dealer's choice at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was cool. It was really cool to finally see it, and they ended up with a big bang on that movie. So I mean, the saga continues at this point. So yeah, man.
I'm just wondering if I should add that to my. I'm going to be taking a few days off here pretty soon.
Oh yeah,
and I was just wondering if I should throw that in my Christmas movie list.
Dude, it's a lot of action. I think it's something you would enjoy personally. I mean, because so what's crazy about the movie, and I don't want to spoil too much. Let's just say it's 20 years in the making or 21 years in the making. Okay. One of those two, 20 years or 21. It all ties in, and they ended off with a bang. And Tom Holland as an actor, man, they were saying that he's pretty much carrying the mantle as what Robert Downey Jr. carried with Iron Man. So that's a lot. That's those are big shoes to fill. When they said that, I was like, I can kind of see it from that perspective. But Tom Holland, man, he's killing it, and he definitely delivered with this. So yeah,
okay.
I would recommend if you definitely want to see something pretty
sick,
man.
Right on.
Yeah, man. Mm-hmm. Cheers to that.
Yeah,
bro. Dude, yeah. Speaking of days off, man, we're gonna be chilling here for the next couple of days, and I mean, it's for all the lovely viewers. It's the holidays, it's Christmas, New Year's, and all that. It's just crazy. We're gonna come to an end of 2021, where I feel it's been just a hella coaster of a ride, and I feel like 22 is just it's looking. I mean, it looks promising. I mean, it's obviously to new beginnings in a sense, right? But to look back and just think that just dealing with all the craziness going around, right? Like it's like,
Yeah.
damn, 2022, what's in store? And it's always one of those things where like, man, can this top off 2021? I don't know. We shall see. But as of course, as your favorite podcast, we're gonna definitely tag along with you on this journey, through the craziest times I think we're living in. And also on the way back home, actually going to the grocery store, because I was at the grocery store before this, I saw an Amazon robot driving along as I was driving home, just cruising along. I'm like, dude, this is tripping me out. And I wanted to capture a video of it as I was driving, but of course I don't want to fucking run into innocent people or the other opposite lane. So I kind of had to just focus on the road. But it's just crazy to think those things are delivering, our packages just like that.
Do you think that they're gonna have like Amazon drivers in the metaverse too?
Dude, I mean, they're gonna be delivering our metaverse packages and all that. So I mean, I don't doubt it. I mean, shit, it's got to be something like that where I wouldn't dish it. Yeah. No. So let's start off with this, right? Just right off rip. Mm-hmm. There was a post that I guess supposedly there was already some sexual allegations within the metaverse. I don't know
how valid. So hoping you were going to bring that up. I was so hoping you were going to bring that up.
It's not okay. I'm not having the fact of, all that stuff like sexual harassment or anything like that, but it's just the fact that like we're in a VR world and that type of stuff is already happening. It's like,
imagine, yeah. I mean, this is essentially going to be the first lawsuit, right?
Yeah.
Is she suing?
I don't know. I don't know if she's suing or not, but it's crazy to think that, that type of stuff is already happening. And I thought it was just like, I don't know. It caught me off guard a little bit, but to already think that people are already kind of putting themselves in the metaverse already to where it's already active.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, they're not wasting any time. They're really rolling with this. So, I mean, it's already live, I guess, from what I see. So I don't know, man. It's before you know it, we gotta get in there, get a little peek, see how it is. So I don't know. We'll see.
I know people who have already bought land on the in the metaverse.
Like personally, no people
like a plot of land. Yeah, I'll give you a name after.
Okay.
But yeah, plot of land already.
Wild.
Dude, like, what are you gonna do? Wild. I'll probably get a couple of pigs, get some horses,
virtual pigs, virtual meat.
Start the way. Yeah, I just feel like this is like, you remember that game Sim City, Simulation City, and you could build your own city, right? And I just feel like that's literally it's Sim City that just came to life.
Oh, for sure. That's literally what it is, I think. And the more I've talked about it with a few others, like I was talking to my sister's boyfriend over the weekend, and I was just like, it's really a trip that we're really going to plug ourselves into this whole new just world. And to think that this is going to be a new way to socialize, where in general right now, like socializing and interacting with people is kind of set on like through your phone, really. You're texting somebody, you're chatting with somebody, like what we're doing now, doing the virtual studio thing for the podcast. It's kind of like the future, but it really takes away from the actual organic way of doing things, in the sense of like, I'd rather be with you kicking it side by side, doing the podcast, mano a mano right there in the physical form. Because I feel like the energy is different in the sense of like, we can really get crazy on that shit, on that tip,
Absolutely.
But it's, and also in the sense of like socializing and interacting with people, it takes away from that. So it's not going to be the same. And like we said about it, like we talked about it before on the podcast, I wonder in a couple of years, what kind of effect this is going to have on people in general, to see what it's going to take away, what it's really going to change, and how is us as humans are going to evolve from that, and how are we going to move forward with that. So there's a lot of questions, man. I mean, it's more of just, we got to see what happens and kind of roll with the punches on this and see what it is. I mean, I mean, but we said before, we would definitely want to dabble with it, like involving the podcast somehow, where we can see our listeners, or they want to come in and do like a live show in the VR world. I mean, I don't know, man. It's kind of interesting. Like I'm on kind of both ends. Like I'm cool with it, but then I'm like, what is it really going to take away? So those are the answers I want to know, kind of. So
I just think it's going to really suck. Like as the metaverse becomes the new reality, it's going to suck that there are still literally going to be virgins that You know, like there's going to be people that never get laid in the metaverse, even in the metaverse, right? Because they're going to catch a charge if they try.
It's like, does that count? Does that count if you got laid in the metaverse? No, not really. Actually,
so what?
I
groped you.
Right?
I groped your avatar. Dumb.
That is pretty wild, though. Yeah, to think that way. I don't know, man. It's yeah. I swear, I want to say I've seen this before in a movie, and I could have sworn it was like Bruce Willis in it, but I'm not sure. But it was literally exactly what we're talking about and kind of what's happening, where people just live at home. And when they go to work, they plug themselves in, and then when it's clock out time, they plug themselves out, and they just stay home. That's all they need to do. And then when they need to go get groceries, all that stuff, it's like, dude, it is wild if that's really gonna like what it's gonna come down to. But
yeah,
I don't know, man. I don't know,
man. I'm gonna stick to. I'm gonna, just because I was born in the '80s, I'm gonna keep it old school and just stay in the real life. I'll dabble in the metaverse, right? You'll see my avatar. Ryan Reynolds abs in Blade,
ripped, shredded from head to toe
ever. I'm in church. I'm in metaverse church, just no shirt on.
Metaverse church.
Hey, Joel Osteen, he's already got his fingers in it.
So, dude, I saw a video of somebody like pretending to be a fan of Joel Osteen in public. And they were taking a picture, and he's like, and the guy, like when he was taking the picture, but he was actually low-key taking a video, he was like, "Hey, Joel Osteen, you're a piece of shit." And it caught him off guard to where he just kept on smiling. But I'm like, dude, you have some balls to do that shit, man. I don't know, dude. Because that guy's, he's pretty well known within that community, right?
The gay community.
Did you hear
they don't like him? That's all I'm saying.
Did you hear that they found money within the walls of the church that he preached at?
In like 2014, there was 600,000 that went missing, and he they just don't know where it went, right? Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, a plumber was repairing a toilet, and then he's like, "What the heck is this?" And he found all this cash. So some people are speculating that it was the church themselves that were hiding the money in the walls. But
really,
could have been someone. It could have been anything. Could have been the robber. I don't know. It definitely looked like an inside job. Maybe just whoever was doing the robbing was just waiting for the right time to get that money, just letting a few years pass, and then the plumber intervened.
That is crazy though. Like 600 racks and a plumber. Was it a plumber that found it?
Yeah.
And they rewarded him, right? They gave him like, I think 20 G's. Or something like that.
I didn't hear about a reward. No, I just thought he was gonna spend some alone time with Joel Osteen. That was his reward.
Hey, I'm not here to judge. I'm not. Or that's not my place.
Maybe that's what he spent his 20,000 on. I don't know.
20 racks. 20 racks.
Somebody paid what 1.24 million to be Snoop's neighbor.
Oh my God. I still can't believe that, man. If you ever heard about that, definitely check out our past previous episode where we talk about somebody that bought land within the metaverse to be Snoop Deal Double G's neighbor. So that's crazy.
Man.
I just can't believe people are dropping that much money on that. That's insane.
Definitely.
Sorry, I had to fix my lighting again. Like I have to work with the candle. It's not catching my fine edges. So, that's why I'm kind of moving around, tinkering with this stuff. Cause the reality of why I don't have my green screen is I was actually cleaning it up, and it was collecting a lot of dust. And I noticed that the green screen was kind of wrinkling a little bit. And now I have to probably steam it so it can straighten itself out, and just kind of, try to do some cleaning up in here and just make sure it's all tidied up. Cause I can get pretty lazy and not do it. And it was time where I just had to like clean up some things around here in the studio. Yeah, that's where it's at. So that's why I'm not in space. I think today the theme I was going to be like in an igloo. That's what I was going to shoot for. But maybe here before the month's over, I'll do that. We'll see.
I like that.
It's fucking, dude, it is cold today. I'm not gonna lie. It is like 30 something.
I was 30. It was 35 walking in, and dude, I wore a beanie and my gloves and a winter jacket today. I'm not even lying.
Really?
Yeah. I don't, hey, when it's cold, I'm not going to deny it's cold. Just because I'm from Montana doesn't mean I get cold. I wore a coat in Montana too.
In Montana, what was like the coldest I've ever gone? Because I know for sure over in that area, it gets like I would say like 20s, low 20s, like
no,
close to 30.
you could get lower than that. But here's the thing: when the wind would also blow, so you could get a wind chill. So say it's like it would be like 0 degrees, right? And you're like, oh my god, this is gonna freeze my balls off. But then all of a sudden, the wind starts blowing, so you're getting a wind chill of -13 or -30. I mean, dude, I broke my truck one time trying to start it, and it just was so frozen that it just broke. You had to have it, plug it in at night. So anyway, I don't want to get all into that, but yeah, it gets cold. It gets cold.
Man, I feel like over here we barely get a taste of what it is, but in other places, like even Eastern Washington, I remember, dude, it would get around 20s, probably a little bit. Like I remember one time, man, my power went out during winter. Oh man, the worst. But luckily we had a little fireplace, and nothing beats a fireplace. Like,
yes,
you put logs and all that. Oh, bro, different type of heat.
Yes,
I literally pass out every time in my living room. So comfortable, especially in the wintertime. So it's awesome. This whole fucking electric heaters and all that. I can't do that. I don't know. It's like fake heat. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's cool that you like that. Yeah, no,
I'm an outdoorsman.
Yeah,
not
you
really.
are.
I mean, I'm a fucking city guy, dude. Talk about I've been turned into the city. I've been put in the hood, man. No.
I get my Mitsubishi stuck in the intersection, 2 inches of snow.
Mitsubishi. Okay.
I see it every year.
Okay, so we're gonna start with our segment, our what the fuck segment. We got 2 topics today that I managed to scope out during the week. One of them has to do with outer space and the outer planets out there beyond the stars, all that. Has to deal with Mars. So the title of this article states, significant amounts of water found in Mars, massive version of the Grand Canyon. You heard it right. The Grand motherfucking Canyon. So here's a little bit about that. Mars has its own version of the Grand Canyon, and scientists have learned this dramatic feature is home to, quote, significant amounts of water. After a discovery made by an orbiter circling the red planet. Yeah. Dude, I'm so stupid. I'm sorry, people. I'm butchering this.
You're
like
not
I said, I hated reading in class. Circling the red planet. According to the European Space Agency, the ExoMars Trace Gas Orbiter launched in 2016 as a joint mission between the European Space Agency and the Roscosmos, detected the water in the Valles Marineris on Mars. That's a weird ass name. Yeah. This canyon system is 10 times longer, 5 times deeper, and 20 times wider than the Grand Canyon. The water is located beneath the surface of the canyon system and was detected by the orbiter's Friend instrument and fine resolution epithermal neutron detector. This instrument is able to map hydrogen in the top tier 3.28 feet of the Martian soil. Most water on Mars is located in the planet's polar regions and remains frozen as water ice. Valles Marineris is just south of the planet's equator, where temperatures typically aren't cold enough for water for ice to remain.
Wow.
Isn't that so? Straight question. Do you think that at one point in time, long ago, like George Lucas would say on Star Wars, there was actually life on Mars?
Like human life, any
life.
Yeah, I think that they've already seen that. I think that they've found that there's some sort of something that was, crawling in the ice and living on the water. But
man, dude, when we talk about this stuff, it's kind of, dude, it really opens my mind to really think, like, you look up at the stars, like on a clear sky day. Like if you were ever out anywhere where you just look up at the stars, like I remember going to Lake Chelan this summer and it was clear skies, no like city lights or nothing. You look up and like all these stars. And I think to myself, it would be insane to think that we're the only living just things in this vast galaxy.
Right.
I just can't grasp that. I can't believe that. It's like me saying, I don't know. It's something crazy. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. I think there was life on Mars too at one point in time. There has to be. There could have been. I mean,
but like intelligent life. Like
I don't know.
Been as smart as like I don't know. Like what's the dumbest animal that we have? Like a caterpillar.
A sloth.
Yeah, a sloth.
Sloths are cool.
Smart.
Like sloths. Yeah, they're smart.
Yeah, don't knock the sloth. But like caterpillar. I don't know, but they turn into like butterflies, so that's pretty smart. Yeah, I don't know. That's something like a roly poly. That's what I picture. Something just very simple. Like they have one mission in life, and that's just to eat. You know,
Just live.
yeah, yeah. You don't ever hear of any like what do you call those? Like any scandals with roly polies, like
Sucker free, drama free.
Yeah, that's how they keep it, So and whenever you see like old fossils, it always looks like an old roly poly,
Yeah,
I think they called them like
straight up. Yeah, they do.
Right. So
Yeah,
I mean,
I think
that's what I think could have lived on Mars.
No, it's interesting that they say they found water, and they say they found a place that looks similar to the Grand Canyon but just bigger. But they say also too that the Grand Canyon holds all these secrets. Supposedly, there's like pyramids in there. There's like tombs that they found. Supposedly,
our Grand Canyon in Arizona.
Yeah, our Grand Canyon. Supposedly, that's unless some people were just making that up, but I believed it. But it's like, damn. I mean, have we really studied it to where they went out there and studied every little thing that's within the Grand Canyon, or it was just one of those things where it's a beautiful sight to see, but there's nothing really to see here?
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know, man.
I don't know, but it's wild. I mean, but yeah, Mars. There's water. They found water.
Well, and Elon Musk, they said that he said that when the crew that eventually is going to go to what's that called, Mars, he said
Mars,
it's going to be a suicide mission.
No shit. Is that what he said? Just flat out?
That's what he said. And so, like, the people that are gonna go to Mars, like, hey, it's a suicide mission. And I'm like, wow, here he is building a ship, and the lead guy says it's gonna be a suicide mission. Probably not flying.
Yeah,
probably not going to Mars yet.
You're not gonna make it when you come back.
Not gonna make it. Yeah, but you have the Tesla Roadster waiting for you.
Holy shit. I don't know, man. Yeah, dude. And there's people probably willing to go out there. I'm telling you that. And I mean, I don't know. I personally wouldn't want to. That's just me. Again, this is my personal opinion. But hey, salute to you if you're going to go out there and explore Mars and see what's all out there to go check out. Tell us how it is if you make it back. Hopefully you do. Hopefully you do. Hopefully you do. I hope for the best. Positivity all the time. But I don't know. I mean, if the dude building the actual rocket saying that, I don't know.
What if on the way to Mars, the whole crew caught COVID and died?
What were their deaths? Was it the shuttle that crashed? Let's see, COVID. And they spread it just all over Mars now, or all over space, like the Omicron V2.
Yeah, we got Omicron dogs running around in Mars now.
Oh my word! You know what's crazy? Didn't they say supposedly? I actually side piece to what we're talking about, just in space in general. They were saying that that China sent some stuff up there, some roadsters, for them to check out. They said they saw something that looked like a pyramid almost, or like an object up there. Yeah, no, at the moon, on the moon.
Oh, really? No,
yeah.
I haven't.
I was trying to find the article, and like I said, I'm so horrible at saving this stuff. And there's times where I send you stuff to kind of like bookmark it just to remember, like, okay, I want to bring this up on the pod.
Yeah.
But I swear they were saying that their roadster spotted something from a far distance that looked like almost like it just looked like a little house, almost like something that was out there, but they never got a good glimpse of what it was. So I don't know.
They have all kind of conspiracies where they think that there's bases on the moon.
Yeah, I heard that too. I've heard that too. It is pretty wild. I mean, okay. So do you believe that the moon landing was real? Let's just start with that. I just want to get your opinion on this.
I know there's a lot of evidence that it didn't happen, with like all the I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. And it sucks that I have to say that, because that just means that I don't believe in my government.
No, dude, man. I mean, I've heard that times around though, like, or multiple times that a lot of people believe that it wasn't real. And at first I'm like, well, how could they? My question is, like, why would they want to? There was a race to go to the moon, and it was between us, Russia. It was between us and Russia, right?
Us and Russia, yeah.
Yeah, they wanted to. I think we wanted to say that we were there first and all that.
Yep.
But that always question remains too as well. Like, a lot of people are probably asking, if we were there supposedly, why can't we go back? Now that we have like the technology, we're so advanced now. Why can't we do that? And that's a very good question. I mean, that's something I kind of I ask myself, or I ask in general, like, yeah, if we were there, why is it so hard to go back now? So,
Yeah, it's
I don't
just
know.
like that. And like anybody who's ever like the politicians or whoever would give gifts
Yeah.
to people and whatever. And so some of the gifts that were given out was moon dust. Well, when some of those people would test that moon dust, it was just regular sand. So they'd been lied to.
Moon dust as a
Moon
gift.
dust. Like so when, Calvin Klein or whoever the astronaut up there, Alvin the
Calvin
Chipmunks,
Klein. Neil Armstrong.
Neil Armstrong.
Was
Yeah.
that his
Calvin
name?
Klein. Yeah. Neil Armstrong.
Calvin Klein. Wait, what? I was almost gonna be like, wait, he did go up?
when they were up there, apparently they like scooped some moon dust to
Okay.
bring home as proof.
Okay.
But all of the gift moon dust that was given out has always tested as something on Earth. So
Interesting. I had never heard that.
we've been duped. Yeah.
Yep. So that
maybe
could be like
maybe by the same people that sold us the lie about a plane knocking down 3 towers in one day.
oh yeah,
Just
perfect
straight
passport
down.
falling there. You know, everything was just, oh hey, by the way, through all this debris we found. Yeah, that is crazy when you mention that.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I also have some moon dust for you too. It's yours.
No, yeah, that is. I never heard that one though.
Yeah,
I never heard that.
Yeah, check it out.
Crazy. I'll have to look that up. I'll definitely do my Googles today. But okay, with that, yeah, it's Mars, water, intelligent life living there. Who knows? Probably, possibility. But hey, we're probably not alone. I'll say that. All right, we're gonna move to our second topic. Now, this has to do obviously with big name brand Nike. As you can tell, I'm wearing their hat just because my hair is a mess and I really don't want to, do my hair. Of course, my stylist is not here today, so I had to throw on the hat. Just kidding. Not that rich. But Nike buys virtual sneaker maker to sell digital shoes in the metaverse.
Yeah.
We've already talked about this where these companies are actually moving in and copywriting, like pretty much saying like, hey, we're going to conduct business within this virtual world. And you can copy yourself some Nikes within the metaverse. And that's pretty much where we're going to. So this article says Nike said on Monday it had bought virtual sneaker company RTFKT for an undisclosed sum as the sportswear giant looks to quickly expand its footprint in the fast-growing, quote, metaverse. Last month, Nike became one of the first brands to enter the shared virtual world that they gained prominence after Facebook recently rebranded itself to Meta Platforms, FB. Quotations FB. In such blockchain-based environments, users can buy virtual land and other digital assets, such as clothing for avatars in the form of crypto asset called a non-fungible token, an NFT. Formed in 2020 by Ben, I cannot pronounce that name. Pagjoto? Dude, I'm gonna send you these names.
Close
you're gonna
enough. Shouldn't have
Right,
weird
so-
names if you don't want us to pronounce them.
So Chris Lee and Steven Vasilev, RTFKT also makes NFT collectibles and memes. That's crazy. So memes are going to get you rich, people.
Yeah.
According to its website. This acquisition is another step that accelerates Nike's digital transformation and allows us to serve athletes and creators at the intersection of sport, creativity, gaming, and culture. Nike Chief Executive Officer John Dunau said in the statement. So yeah, they're moving ahead and they are going to be active within the metaverse.
Yeah. The thing is
Wild.
like we're talking about NFTs as if some people it's not going to impact and some people it isn't, or it is. The thing about an NFT, it's a non-fungible token, which means it's something that is like, when it comes to the crypto world, it's something that cannot be changed. Like this is what it is, never going to change. Whereas like a coin can, it can be changed around. They can move it all around. They can do things, but it's an NFT is less liquid. But my prediction in the future that a lot of our data that we possess is going to come in NFT form, such as our birth certificate, our school records, our criminal records, our employment history. All of those can become NFTs to where when we look at a future employer, then boom, you can grant certain accesses to them and then they'll be able to see all that. But I mean, dude, when it comes to technology, it's crazy. Like imagine being able to like, okay, you go into a bar, right?
Yeah.
And so the bar, the only requirement that they want to know is, are you over the age of 21? That's all they need to know. They don't need to know your identity. They don't need to know, all this other stuff. All they need to know, the only requirement that you need to meet to go into that bar is if you're 21. So we will have digital passports or digital something to where we can show them, and then boom, the bouncer can scan it, and the only information they'll be able to see from us is our age. They won't be able to see our name, no, not our address, not anything. So in a lot of ways, our privacy is going to be more secure. But
okay, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Like, so you get pulled over by a cop and you have like, let's just say you have a concealed weapons permit. They'll be able to see all that before they even enter your car, or if you have, whatever. But it's going to be, just, because of course your license will associate to you, and then they'll be able to look it up. What was your question? I'm sorry.
No, interesting. I was gonna say it's kind of like that QR. They're doing QR codes a lot now, right? Where you can gain access to what if like whatever information they're trying to like get of you, like your passport, your license, all that. It's going to be like a QR code in a sense.
It is a QR code.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's what it is.
The QR code is it's like when you're at the grocery store and you see a barcode.
Yes.
That barcode only reads those 12 numbers or whatever's on the box, right? But a QR code is built in such a way it takes you to a website, and so that website has all that data. Well, when it comes to blockchain, it also takes you to the blockchain. So like if I want to send you money, right? Say you're on Coinbase, all you have to do is press receive, right? And then you'll get a barcode. So say I'm standing right next to you. Then all I have to do is go on my app, boom, scan that, and then it's going right to the blockchain. Well, that Coinbase itself is going to the exchange, but say you had like a hard wallet that was directly connected to the blockchain, then that's all you'd have to do. Show me that barcode, boom, directly to the blockchain. And that's how they're going to read it, is through that QR code.
Okay. Yeah, man. I mean, an idea for us. I mean, I kind of had an idea that I would definitely, I think I've talked about it with you off air in regards to just QR codes when we're talking about that. But I can see definitely the instant gain of information that you need out of just a click or a quick read of that, and boom, like pretty much instant information right then and there on the spot. Damn, that is wild though to think that. And I'm starting. What's even more crazy is that I'm starting to see even more QR codes, like more noticeable, like more out there now.
Yep,
it's starting to become more of a thing. Before it wasn't. Like I remember when I first saw it, what the fuck is this? And even now too, what's even more wild, I remember seeing a stream. I forgot what stream it was, but then they like used a QR code in one of their transitions where it'll show up and it'll have like a message, and you can just pop up for your phone. Boop.
Yeah,
that's so crazy, wild, man. Yeah, that is. But yeah, there you have it. Nike is easily going to be a big dog, obviously, within this new digital world.
That's crazy.
I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, it's one of those things where they're going to try to move at a good opportunity for them. That's going to just, I guess, make them money in the end. So
I think that's good for them, because when we saw the industrial age occur, because this is going to usher in a new age. It's going to happen, and so in that, when the industrial age happened, the people that were raising horses and building like horse carriages and all that, all those people went out of business when the Model T came out, because they were like, well, shoot, why do I need to buy this horse carriage if I can just buy a Model T Ford pickup, and it'll get me going everywhere where I need to go without a horse, without a carriage. But those horse carriage makers were just so hell-bent, so determined, so in disbelief that a pickup could take away their business, that they just faded away. I mean, there were so many industries that did that. So Nike, though, they see it And they're like, you know what? We are not going to fade away. We are going to actually adapt with this.
That's
and
what I was gonna
imagine that.
say.
Imagine if somebody who was running a horse carriage company was like, you know what? These things are the future. These things, they're blowing my horses out of the water. They're driving in the winter. They're not temperamental. Da 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 da. What if we just team up with Henry Ford and you know, try to put our business in there? You know what? Collaborate, do whatever. Maybe start their own. You know, whatever. But
Yeah,
they just did not adapt, and they faded away.
I think that's the important thing where you have to figure out a way to kind of stay afloat with, you know, just technology in general, but just kind of where things are headed, you know. And you know what's also so resilient to that. So check this out. We were on about kind of just getting some last minute type gifts, you know, or some last minute gifts for Christmas, obviously. And it is still, it's the malls are still insanely packed. People are still going to the malls, shopping and all that. But here's the other side of it, right? That's only because of the holidays. On a regular month out of the year, like let's say next month or the following month or whatever, it's just going to be not that many people. People are going to still be buying stuff from Amazon. But it seems only for Christmas, like around the holidays, where dude, people are still going out there and buying stuff, and just, you know, dude, it was packed. It was packed. And I'm like, I've never seen the mall like this packed on a typical day, right?
Yeah.
But for some reason, I mean, I think the malls in general are just trying to stay afloat, man. I think it's going to be about time where they're going to utilize that space for something else, or they're going to have to come up with something different because, I mean, dude, I mean, they're already seeing Amazon stores in there as well. I mean, there is an Amazon store at the Linwood Mall where we were just at. So it's gonna come to a point in time where it's gonna be.
Doesn't it feel just completely awkward to go into that store though? You're like,
it does,
man.
It does, because it's like, wait, I'd rather just like order it on my phone instead of going in here. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and not only that, but they've put so many brick and mortars out of business. And then here they are like replacing a brick and mortar that they probably put out of business. And they're like, oh yeah, by the way, you can get all that same stuff here too. Just so
it's like you mean you've been in there, right? Where they only put like their hottest items that they have, like their best
anything that has a 4-star or above.
Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I've only been there a couple of times, but it is a trip to see that it's actually a physical store instead of, you know, just shopping on your phone and have that thing just come to the
it reminds me of the meme where the two astronauts are up in the air and the one astronaut's behind him with the gun, like always has been, you know. So like, oh, so Amazon's plan was to always be a brick and mortar store, and then the astronaut behind him always has been. Something like that.
Savagery at its finest, man. Savagery at its finest. Aren't they making airplanes now too? I heard they're making like, or are they the ones that they're involved with kind of doing like a SpaceX type deal?
Well, so SpaceX, there's Blue Origin. Jeff Bezos.
Origin, that's what I'm thinking about. Origin. Okay. I heard they weren't doing too hot. I heard they weren't like really advancing as much as they would want to, or it's not really like as successful as what they thought it would be.
That's the thing. I mean, welcome to NASA. You know, NASA was just having, of course, NASA is funded by taxpayer dollars. So, you know, well, in large part. And and the hardest thing was you know, when you can't meet deadlines or meet, you know, certain milestones at a certain time or even at all, you know, how are you going to go to Congress and ask for more money for something? So that's where Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk came in with SpaceX and Blue Origin. They're like, okay, well, we don't have those constraints and we have more money than God, and we'll just do it ourselves. Well, they're running into those same things now. You know, that's why it's just normal for these things to happen where you're, you know, when you're trying to do things that no one's ever done before, there are so many unknown variables. And when all you have is a theory or a number of theories and you have to practice them, and, you know, each theory cost $1 billion to implement, you know, it's just got to be frustrating being a virgin engineer.
It's a lot of money too. I mean, the fact that you're a virgin and the fact that it's a lot of money. I mean, it's a lot.
Time to change.
No, that is crazy. That's man, I just, I'm still tripping out the fact that he really legit said, I didn't hear that. I never heard that. It said you're not gonna die. This is a suicide mission. So
you know how I
everyone
love
wants
to
to come
send you
on.
clips. I will send you that clip, like, because whenever I'm on this podcast, I'll like say something, and in my head I'll be like, that is what he said, really? Right? And,
Yeah.
And then I'm like, yeah, okay, I got to show Eddie that I have my memory's intact.
No, you did. No, you proved yourself. You were talked about a few things in the past previous episode, and you backed it up with the info. I'm like, you're right. I believe
it's just when you react, you're like, really? Did that really happen? Then I start second guessing myself. Like, I'm pretty sure that's what I read, but God damn it. So then I'll look for the story myself, and I'm like, boom, there, I'm good. Okay.
Yeah, no, it just catches me off guard. I'm like, oh shit, really? Like, I'm more interested than anything. Like, right. I just want to know, like, if that's really the case. I'm like, man, that's wild.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, Elon Musk is the man of he's the man of the people, and he's just honest as fuck. I was like, hey, you're gonna die if you go on this mission, so it is what it is, right?
Yeah. He is by far the most peculiar. He's Time Magazine Person of the Year, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I saw. Yeah, that's right.
He's the most fascinating, most peculiar person I've ever, like, he just does so much all at once, and still like, he's hated by politicians, and like, oh, they call him a freeloader. Elizabeth Warren has been calling him a freeloader.
Yep. I was gonna say that too.
He's like, girl, I'm paying $11 billion in taxes.
That's a lot,
name
dude.
One other American, name one other person on earth that is paying $11 billion in taxes. I'll wait.
Yeah. No, so, if the man says he is, the man says he is. I mean, I'll take him at his word. That's fucking, dude. 11.9 billion.
11 is it 11.9? I don't know. It was 11 billion. That's what I saw. Yeah, that's yeah. I mean, that is like insane. Imagine how many more hospitals we're gonna bomb with that money. Like our military's just frothing at the mouth, like, oh yeah, we could bomb some more hospitals,
more F-16s,
kill some more innocent civilians. Oh yeah, Uncle Sam's just
foaming at the mouth.
Camper. Yeah. Thanks, Elon. I don't think that people should make that much money, though. I think that okay, I should rephrase that. I don't think people should have the ability to make that much money. Like, for instance, we have all these tax loopholes and not loopholes, but tax incentives for these big businesses to do, and Amazon uses them.
Yeah,
Microsoft uses them. All right. So, I think that when a corporation gets to a certain size, that's when it's time to like cut them off. Like, okay, we have other competitors or just other businesses in general that want a piece of this pie. So you're so large now, you are now independent. So no more loopholes, no more incentives, no more tax breaks, nothing. You pay everything that we pay, and then give some other people a chance. It's just that, and so what happens when this goes on for so long and forever, that's where you get someone like Jeff Bezos, who's just making ungodly amounts of money. People like Elon Musk making ungodly, like, hey, I get it that you want to do all this stuff, but let's just let other people want to do this. Other people would benefit from tax incentive, tax breaks, and it's like, just let us have a piece.
We just want a little piece. We'll be cool with a couple. If I put a number out there, a little 10 mil, split that halfway down the middle, 5-5. Yeah. I'd be cool with that. I'd ride into the sunset. I would ride into the sunset. I'd fucking just be chilling, man. I would definitely give back to the community some way,
the best shape, or form. Podcast you ever heard.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Like we always do about this, Don.
Yeah, baby.
Oh man. Oh, I got to bring up this. Only because it was like the most adorable thing. You were saying something about like, this is probably the best laptop that I ever used, and it was a drawing of your daughter with her laptop drawing that she drew, something like that. I'm like, dude, I bet I don't know how many drawings my dad threw out the window for the stuff. Like, I made him like a little macaroni. I don't know what I made one day, but it's like, I would wonder where all those drawings went. You know what I'm saying? It's like, for me, I'm gonna try to keep them like in this little scrapbook. I kind of like, I thought about that when I saw your daughter's thing, right? I was like, I know my parents, they would, accept the gift, but then they'll probably just get rid of it somehow, but I told myself I want to like keep my daughter's stuff, whatever she gives me, into like a little book or make a little box where I put it all in there. So
we have a little binder that we keep some of her stuff in, but we don't keep everything. I mean, some of that stuff, like the reason why you saw 3 paper laptops. So basically what it was my daughter had made a paper laptop because, she sees me on my laptop all the time, and
back in the mainframe.
Yeah, and she loves it. Like when we do these podcasts, she's like, "Hey, can I come in do the podcast with you?" I'm like, "Well, honey,
adorable.
Yeah, not yet.
We gotta wait till you're a little older.
Daddy's gonna say some shit. So
that would be something, man. We have your little girl on a podcast, just out there, like whatever,
just smoking one of those candy cigarettes, like just agreeing to everything.
Oh god, that is funny, man. That is so funny. I didn't see that video. Didn't you make a video like or something like that, like with her?
We were singing. So okay, okay. I was waiting for us to start our podcast, and I totally spaced it that you had your thing going on, and so I'm like, okay, well that's okay. So I brought it because she was just dying to come in. So I'm like, hey, let's do a little karaoke song real quick. We'll do Rudolph Red-Nosed Reindeer. Well, we ended up making a video of it because I'm like, dude, you are doing really good right now. And so I just recorded her and did that.
It came out what it came out, right? Yeah. That's funny. That's adorable, though. That's adorable. You got a little singer, though, man. That's awesome.
Oh, she's mommy's little songbird. She's really good. I mean, mom's a good singer too. So that's
nice.
Me, I miss every note that comes my way. Like I'm a blind man with a shotgun. But one thing before, I want to bring up something that happened that was unfortunate in the world of 90 Day Fiance.
Okay.
Was because I don't talk about 90 Day Fiance all the time, but sometimes
for sure.
Sometimes you just have to.
Yeah.
So there were Jason Hitch, who was my castmate on the second season. He 45 years old, died of COVID. And it was, it was just crazy because he was one of those people that was just adamant about not getting the vaccination. I mean, as a lot of people are. So, I think here's the thing, like for someone to stand by, and like they, I think anybody at this point, we've seen enough people die that if you are at this point still where you're saying you don't want it, you're willing to take death, that's going to happen. So he died on his own terms, I think. I mean, so it's sad though. I mean, when you lose someone, you're just early, it's just like, you're just like, this is a joke, right? I mean, I remember that, I had fans that were, texting like, hey, did you hear about Jason Hitch? And, of course, we've seen so many of these fake deaths on the internet, you're just thinking, it's got to be fake, it's got to be fake. But then Danielle, who's also on my season, she had put up a post already of all of us in New York, the second season in New York. And I'm like, shit, he really died, And so it's just, anyway, I just wanted to talk about that, but I want to share one story about him that nobody has ever heard. So this was, okay, so we were on second season, right?
All right.
And so the season, the episodes are playing, right? Oh, and now the producers are trying to get all of us to go to New York for the tell-all.
Yeah.
And so, so the way that they had casted us is like there were 3 lovable couples and then 3 not so lovable couples, right? The 3 couples that were the drama couples, right? So that would have been Danielle and Muhammad, Jason Hitch and Kasha, and my wife and I.
Yeah.
And we didn't know, I don't think any of us knew that they were, that's what they had planned for us. So when we had seen us on TV, because here we are, we're like telling our friends, hey, we're going to be on TV, this will be fun. But then all of a sudden they're showing us, and the way they're showing us, we're like, oh my God, like this is crazy, right? Like there's no way. Like, how did you turn everything we filmed into what we're seeing on TV? This is crazy and embarrassing, right? So we were just, so my wife and I, we just like, when the producers had asked us if we would go to New York for the tell-all, we were like, no, we don't want to go. And so we didn't. We told the producers, no, we don't want to go. And so the original offer was to, like, I think it was like $500 per person, and then they wanted talking, and I'm going off memory here, so I could be wrong with figures, but I'm going to try to do the best I can. So then the next figure was, okay, what if we go with $1,000 per person? I'm like, nope, we don't want to go. Well, anyway, so we were having our own conversation, and then all of a sudden, so none of the couples talk to each other, and it's in the contract. You're not supposed to talk to the other couples.
Yeah.
Jason didn't give a shit. Jason was like, so he was, dealing with Danielle and Muhammad, making, getting them to be on a deal. He was talking with Amy and Danny, and also Justin and Evelyn. And so he's literally contacting all of the couples, and he's just like, hey, listen, we want to hold out. We want to hold out for more money. So let's just do it. So he literally was working with everybody. And I think my wife and I were the last ones, because I think everybody agreed to like $2,000. And then Jason would ask me, I'm like, bro, we don't even want to part. And I didn't want, because I knew it was against the contract. So I didn't even want to make any deals with him. I'm like, this is against the rules, and I don't want to lose all my money and be humiliated. Right. So, but I said, no, we're just not doing it. Right. Well, then all of a sudden the producer was like, all right, we'll give you $2,500 a person. Right. And at that time I didn't have the money that I have now. And I told my wife, I go, what do you think? That's $5,000 for us, and go to New York, free flight, free hotel, free all that. I go, 2,500. You want to do it? And she's like, okay, we'll do it.
Okay.
So, but that whole thing was just because Jason. So they talked us up. Like originally they wanted to give us like $500 a person, and because Jason got involved, got us all the way up to $2,500. But partially it was because we were holding out as well. I mean, we just did not want to go. But so Jason, thank you for that extra money.
There you go.
I put it on Bitcoin. Just kidding, I didn't. I wish I would have.
I was like, you bought it in Bitcoin. I was like, damn, I believe it. Yeah, you probably did.
Imagine 2014. Shit. Put your money in Bitcoin. Woo!
They just say things would be looking a lot different. You'd be in a tuxedo with a fucking cigar, diamond ring, pinky, and I would say you'd have maybe like $1 million studio in the back.
Something like that.
Something like that, right?
You'll hear that large room echo.
I know, right? Like, damn, that's a pretty big room for a podcast room. How big is that?
Big as I want it.
Bigger than life. That's all you need to know.
But anyway, no, but with Jason, so yeah, he was definitely an interesting guy. He definitely marched to the beat of his own drum. But I think that with everything, because through the years we ended up not talking. And so, it's crazy when you get that news and you're just like, wow, and it's just like, it's just the same. Like, I've had other friends that have died that, that I was like super close to, like one of my friends that I used to make music with, it was just like, I had to quit making music with him and quit hanging out with him because the drugs were just like, I just told him, I'm strict on drugs. I cannot have any drugs around. This is just not me. I don't want that. I don't want to live a life like that. And then he ended up ODing, and it was just the craziest phone call. It's just like, actually with that one, I just ended up seeing a post on social media. So no one even called me on that one. I was just browsing and I noticed, oh my God, he's dead. Like my boy that I like literally made music with is gone. It's so crazy when people you interact with and make memories with, right? Memories that you'll always have are just suddenly gone. I mean, so
I think it's just a trip in general that, it's a person that you literally cross paths with in life. And it's like, you were around them. You, like I said, you've created memories with them. And then to hear that they're no longer here, that itself, man, it does take you for kind of like a whirlwind of thoughts and all that. But definitely, rest in peace to your homie, man. I mean, condolences to his family. It's tragic, it's sad, and it's just hoping he's a better place. And that's all we can do, man. So definitely, it's sad, man. It is a sad deal. But that's crazy. He held out for a little bit more cheese. Everybody was on the same page and say, nah, we want that those 2 G's and some.
Well, it took my wife and I our genuine want or disapproval to go. We're like, we are not going. And then finally they said 2,500, and they had to like clear it with the producers. They're like, because I don't think they expected to go that high, but like, hey, if you can go that high, we'll go. But
nice.
That ain't. Yeah, so
that's a nice piece of cheese, though, man. That's good. And obviously, you did. I saw a little bit of the tell-all. I think from what I can remember, because it was a while ago when that happened, right?
Like 2014. And, yeah.
Damn, dude, that was so fun. 2014. Damn, dude. 6 years ago. 6, 7,
2014. 7. Probably. It's gotta be 7 years. Yeah.
God, dude, time is flying, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my word. I feel
yeah,
old.
but that wasn't the. Yeah, we'll talk on another podcast about. I mean, we have talked about it before about the other tell-all. It was one. What was it? The spin-off one that we did? I think it was a spin-off. Happily Ever After tell-all.
Okay, I think yeah.
That was where I got to walk the mean streets of Queens, and it was amazing. I'm telling you, dude. Like, the news is so mean to
the Queens.
I mean, they make it just sound like it's the most dangerous place on earth, man. And I was literally in Queens, just like totally connecting and jiving with
the locals.
It was just like, dude, you could clearly tell I was did not belong there, right? But dude, like, nobody gave me grief. It was just, I was there to buy liquor. I went to this liquor store, and the liquor store clerk let me behind the closed doors. Like, they have like bars on everything to where literally you can only walk in. There's enough room in this liquor store for you to just stand at the desk there, and then you tell the clerk what you want and he'll bring it to you. There's no walking in and picking out whatever bottle you want.
Here, homie.
None of that. This guy, I told him I needed 6 bottles of alcohol, and he's like, oh, okay, well, just come on in then. Like, he just let me in, and like, he was walking with me as I was shopping. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll take that bottle. Hey, do you have something with pineapple? Yeah, I need something of that too. Maybe a bottle of champagne. Let's get another thing of that.
Jeez,
and what else? What else can we get? And it was just like, and he's like, boom. And I gave him a fat tip, man, because the cast gave me too much money, and so I'm like, they don't need it back, so
I gotta put it back into the community.
So I gave the store clerk all the money, and it was just like the coolest. But when he let me in and he wasn't letting anybody else in, that's when I got some mean mugs. So that's when I was like, oh boy,
oh shit, you better run, walk fast.
No, man, it was like, I'm telling you, Queens. If you're in Queens, I was there and I love it. I would go back in a minute.
Definitely. Yeah, fuck. We might have to go out there for a little trip, man. One day, I would definitely want to go check out New York at least one time, because just how they portray it in movies and all that. Like, from watching Home Alone 2, when he's like lost in New York or something like that, and it's just like seeing all that. It's like, damn, I would want to go see it. I would definitely just would have wanted to walk the streets like Times Square and all that. All the touristy spots. So
yeah.
It's like a dope spot, definitely. So yeah, shout out to Queens. I mean, everybody in Queens treated my boy with respect. That's dope. Good to hear. He made it out alive. He's here now, so that's a good thing.
It wasn't even, there was no even threat of death. I'm telling you, that's why I hate our media, because they just, and I have to say, like, the rappers too, they make it sound like it's the most dangerous place on earth. It's just like, yeah, I'm like, what are you talking about? The people are so nice.
For sure. No, for sure, man. It's always not what it seems to be on the news. So
yeah,
you're sorry for yourself, and it's not what it is. So that's cool, man.
Yeah.
Memories. But again, yeah, rest in peace to the homie.
For you, Jason.
For you.
Right here.
Condolences to his family. I'll take a little sip for that. Condolences to his family, and hopefully you're in a better place up there, man. So yeah, dude, definitely tragic, but again, he's in a better place. Would you say that?
Absolutely. But
yeah, brother. I mean, aside from that, I mean, I know it's kind of like a little quick one here. We're actually recording on a Monday for the people that are listening on the audio or watching this on YouTube. Recorded this on Monday because I had some stuff to do on Saturday, which we usually the days that we record our podcast. And also we definitely want to put this out before Christmas, hopefully. So on a Friday. So we're going to, definitely guide you lovely people into the weekend, that being Christmas on Saturday. So hopefully everybody has a fantastic Christmas and an awesome new year.
Yes.
Again, I just can't hold back by saying again, thank you for everybody that's riding with us since, you know, the very first episodes up until now. We're going to wrap this 2021 up with a banger. And start off the new year with a banger. You'll see when we're talking about. It's gonna be a little surprise new episode for 2022. We're here with my boy in the virtual studio as always, but we're gonna sign out on this one. Again, Merry Christmas to everybody. Take care. Hopefully everybody gets whatever they wanted and some. For all the people that have been bad, you get a bag of coal, like they say, right? So yeah, take care, everybody. Have an awesome weekend. Again, Merry Christmas from the Tip Tech Podcast. We love you. We'll catch you in the next one. Happy New Year's. If we don't see you before the New Year's, but till then, peace.